But Mr. Pretty taught us a good work ethic. If you wanted to succeed, you had to work for it. We worked for it after hours. We practiced in 20-degree weathers outside. And he also taught us that if we were going to do anything, do it right. Work, don't accept anything but the best. And these are some of the memories and the challenges that I took on in my life as a result of this teacher. Next.
Thank you, Don. My name is Bob Priest, and I'm one of those 4 trombone players that Donnie's talking about, and went on as a professional musician. And yes, somebody from Clintwood actually beat J.J. Kelly at a contest. That was me. But the reason I did that was because I was taught by Lucian Pretty. And that's part of the story I wanted to tell. Is I was a young band director. He trained us well, and of course went off to college and was trained well. And I remember that day that my band took that award, which I figured that J.J. Kelly would get it. And Lucian came up to me, congratulated me, tears in his eyes, very humbly, told me how proud he was. You would think maybe that he was upset at me, but not at all. He loved his band students. He taught us well. As Donnie said, he was tough on us, and that carried over. I shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to. Lucian was a character. He was 90 pounds sopping wet, and we were all very intimidated and scared of him. All of us were, even Kaner. And one of Lucian's things that he used to do back then was if you got upset at you, all of a sudden from nowhere came a piece of chalk across the band room, and typically he was spot on. And if it wasn't a piece of chalk, it was an eraser. And now you got to understand J.J. Kelly band room, it's long, it's a rectangle. It goes this way, you're sitting this way, and it's only maybe 10 or 12 feet wide, so he wasn't going to miss you. Well, I had the distinct pleasure to be the band director of J.J. Kelly a handful of years ago. I was invited to come back and help to resurrect that program, and I was in that band room, and somebody was cutting up in the back, and I don't know where that came from, because in today's world you can't do this. But a piece of chalk ended up in my hand, and then right there on that kid that I found. Luckily, I wasn't turned into the police or anything like that, and they all laughed about it. But Lucian was just really good about motivating us and exciting us. And like Donnie said, we worked hard. We all went home with our tongues hanging out. Lucian was a lot of fun. I actually rented his house for about a year when I came back here, and I got to rummage through all his stuff in the house because it was still there. And I saw his record collection. You guys would love that, the band. I got to see all the pictures. I don't think he ever destroyed anything that had to do with J.J. Kelly and his band, because it was all there. And it was so cool to get to look at those pictures and to remember and have all those memories that all of us have. So I think if any of you were in his band, could you quickly just stand up? Okay, stand up real quick if you were in Lucian's band. Now there was a word that he loved to say. Does anybody remember it? Okay, so on 1, 2, 3, we're going to say that word. It has to do with a pig. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Suey! That was his motivation for us on every day, especially at contest day.
My name is Mary Kay Dosa Steffi, and I'm a 1976 graduate of J.J. Kelly High School, and now I am from Auburn, Alabama, but Wise, Virginia will always be home. I've entitled my little piece that Kaner told me to say quickly, called My Thoughts About Lucian Pretty. L is for the laughter he brought to us. How many times did we laugh on the inside when he would get mad about something that we weren't doing right, and he would throw down that little fishing hat that he always wore and stomp it on the ground, or throw down a clipboard and just fuss and fuss and fuss about what we've done? There's no way in the world that we would ever laugh to him face to face, but it sure did bring chuckles on the inside. And he had lots of those funny little sayings that he wanted to say. You need money? Go sell a hubcap. Or if you don't know which foot is which, paint a big L on your left shoe and start there. And when we were marching, it's 8 to 5, people, 8 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, of course, he would always have those unforgettable memories for you, such as band camps, practice, football games, more practice, competition, parade practice from the high school through downtown Wise and back to the high school again, stopping traffic along the way like the old place. Who else but Lucian could get away with that? Parades and practice and concerts, marching in the heat, the cold, the rain, the mud, and the snow. And how could we forget the trips that we took to special places like the Washington, D.C. Cherry Blossom Festival, the University of Virginia halftime show, playing at Disney World the first year that it opened, the Mexico City International Band Festival, Fort Myers Edison Parade of Lights, and all the places that the band went before my time and after my time. And just like Bob just said, the call to go in wherever we went in our own unique way. All right, band, give me Susie. And C is for the many championships that the Kelly Marching Band won under Lucian's leadership. Years of consecutive wins at the Southeastern Band Festival in Bristol, Virginia, and the Chilhowie Apple Festival, the many wins at the Cumberland Gap Band Festival, the Western Carolina University Band Festival, and the many others that have come and gone since my graduation. And speaking about the Cumberland Band Festival, how many of us from the 70s have forgotten the year, just like now, that it rained and it rained and it rained and the field was a muddy mess? And those in charge of the festival gave us the opportunity to vote, and we voted to march in the rain instead of playing our music in the gym. When we took to the field, the skies opened up and the rain poured. The more it rained, the deeper the mud puddles became and the higher we stepped. Mud was flying everywhere from the tips of our toes to the top of our heads. And it was hard to play your instrument without smiling from all the fun that we were having. We won everything there was to win that year, including overall champion. Our white uniforms were brown from the mud to keep them from ruining. Lucian called the bandbox dry cleaners, and they opened up especially for us to drop the uniforms off as we came through Wise. Again, who but Lucian could get that done? And I is for his inherent ability to teach us to play any instrument. Have you ever thought about it? His instrument was the trombone, or the bone as he loved to call it, but yet he was able to take the time to teach us the clarinet, the flute, the trumpet, the French horn, the saxophone, and how many different types of drums there were out there, plus the many other instruments that I have not named. And then he taught us to march, and then he taught us to do both at the same time. And not only were we marching and playing consecutively, we were doing step twos, breakaways, rotating lines, collapsing boxes, keeping the appropriate space, and we better be marching 8 to 5. And how about all the way he taught us to do the steps in the shows? Different sections all over the field were doing different things. We would learn 2 or 3 steps at a time in each section, then we would put it together. We would learn a little more and put it together, and before you knew it, we had a 7-minute show. And that clipboard that he carried around and occasionally threw down, it contained pages and pages of the music that he had painstakingly taken the time to create one of our fantastic award-winning shows. And E is for the excitement and entertainment. I don't think there was ever a time that I stood on the end zone waiting to go onto the field and begin our show and wait to hear the announcement. And I wish I could do it in the voice of Belden Dotson. And now presenting the J.J. Kelly High School Marching Indian Band. The drum major would give the salute and the signal, horns up, and away we would go. There was not another feeling in the world like that one, and boy, did we ever entertain that audience. We had them clapping and cheering, and most of the time standing on their feet by the time we reached the opposite goal line. Above the roar of the crowd, we would hear a familiar voice yelling, "Yeah! Yeah!" You know who that was. And N is for his never say no attitude. He refused to be outdone. There was one time when a band sang in a competition and still received a #1 rating, and he just couldn't stand that. So on Monday afternoon, we had practice with a new song in the middle of our show, complete with kazoos. Lucian wrote the music for "Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?" We including choreography, and then we pulled the kazoos out of our pockets for the next verse. We were at Lebanon High School when we performed this, and they were on their feet before we even finished singing the first verse. Little did they know that he was making fun of another band at a recent competition. The next year, one of the winning bands danced at the competition. Well, you guessed it. Sure enough, on Monday morning, we had a new song in the middle of our show. It was called Little Darling, and yes, we played and danced our way through it. Believe it or not, that was 44 years ago, and I can still do that dance and that choreography to both of these because that was Lucian. He insisted that we do our best, and our best at all times. And when you did your best, it stuck with you then, and it sticks with you today. That's what made us winners. Winners on the field, and winners in every aspect of our lives today. And finally, there's P. There was an article in the Coalfield Progress in either 1973 or 74. The reporter for the Coalfield followed the band around us as we prepared for one of our competitions. When that Saturday came, we performed and we were awarded a Division I plus winning for majorette and drum major. We were exuberant. When the awards presentation was over, we ran back to the buses and we bombarded Lucian, near knocking him to the ground, which wasn't a hard thing given his size. When the article in the Coalfield came out the next week, the headlines read, Kelly Indian Band spells pride, P-R-I-O-D-E. Never say no. Never quit. Be your best. Do your best. And always, always take pride in whatever you do. These are the lessons that my teacher and my friend left so imprinted on my heart that as a teacher myself, I do my best to leave these words of wisdom with my students as they go forth into the world today. Thank you, Lucian.
Mary Kay, thank you very much. I thank everybody, Donnie, Bobby, and thank you all for coming up. There's two things I want to say about Lucian. You know, I played drums in the band, but I'm going to tell you something. Lucian Pretty didn't really teach me how to play drums. When I think about Lucian Pretty, I think about he taught me how to live my life and how to be the best person I could possibly be. That's what I think about Lucian. And I'll tell you something else that a lot of people say about him. He was a band director. If he had been a football coach, the J.J. Kelly Indians would have had a lot of state championships during the time that he was a football coach. I can tell you that. There's a lady that I don't think was able to make it tonight, but she sent me a poem and she asked that I read it. And I said, okay, I will do that. It's written by Tracy Krager, and it's titled, Sue to all the idiots and maggots out there. I was in the 5th grade, yeah. Tryouts were the next day. Go in, blow through a few mouthpieces one by one, see which one, then you were done. Next thing you know, I'm playing clarinet. He picked it for me, I bet. Little did I know, I learned so much more than music. Friends, team, style, confidence, and how not to be a nuisance. Hard work and dedication was his trait, not always by the book, never late. We would hop on the bus. Hot or cold weather didn't stop us. We would adjust to make him proud, so we could see him cheer real loud. We strived to do our best, you see. He instilled the value in we. He encouraged us every step of the way. Strive to win the highest trophy for the day. Though we knew it wasn't always about winning, he taught us to work hard and keep grinning. Band was his life until he had to depart, but we all know he gave his whole heart. He would stand on the top bleacher and watch us performing. We would all look up to see if he was storming. He would pace back and forth, cigarette in hand. We would wait to see if he would jump up and down and shout, yeah, man. Such a great man who we admired. He'd make us practice until we were tired. He'd get upset, walk away, and take us in. We'd go back out on our own, and we'd practice to win. He would come back out. He saw we meant business, no doubt. Those were the days. Those were the years. Lucian Pretty impacted our lives, my dears. The lessons he taught us, the gifts he relayed, he had no idea how he paved their way. The way to be successful, people, in this place, we honor his sacrifice and his grace. So here's the story, and the story goes. This one day at band camp, we struck a pose. We were called idiots and maggots back then. We wish it didn't have to end. So let's honor his greatness with glee. And let's give Lucian Pretty one last Sue-me. Thank you all. Thank you very much. I'll make sure that Richie gets this. And I guarantee you, we noticed. We got blue skies up there. I guarantee Lucian Pretty sent them to us.
Oh, me too. Here we go, folks. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic cruise as a bar, fuck my pay. Come on, fly with me, we'll fly away. Come on, fly with me, we'll go down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band. It's true for you. Come on, fly with me, we'll float down in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is so rarefied, we're gonna fly, absolutely petrified. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so very near. You might even hear all the angels sing just because we're together. Such a lovely day. Come on, say those words, we'll beat your blues down the Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come on, fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. All right, here we go. I get you up there, where the air is so rarefied, we're gonna fly, absolutely petrified. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so baby there. You might even hear a gang of angels sing just because we're together. What a ride, it's such a cuckoo day. Come on, say those words, we'll push your bird. Acapulco Bay is perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come on, fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away. Thank you so very much. You guys are troopers. You know, I wasn't sure how these speakers would sound through these beautiful blue tarps, but it looks like it's going to be all right. I'd like to officially open the dance floor now with one of my very favorite Bobby Darin tunes, folks, so don't be bashful, come on down, here we go. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds of high, kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea. And never again I'll go for sailing. Beyond the doubt, my heart will lead me down soon. We meet unknowingly beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea. And never again I'll go sailing. No more sailing. No more sailing, bye-bye sailing. I said no more sailing, absolutely no more sailing. That's right, so long sailing, bye-bye sailing. No more sailing. Lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, whoa, ain't that a hole in the bone? My head keeps spinning. I'm good. Nothing spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't no kick in the head. Like the fella said, ain't that a kick in the head? The sailor said, ain't that a hole in the bone? My head keeps spinning, I go to sleep with you. Grinning, this is just the beat. And my life is gonna be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wet. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't be any better. Tell me quick, I know ain't love a kick. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head. Oh yeah! Thank you very much, folks. I'd like to introduce you guys now to a few good friends of mine. On this end, folks, on the keys, Mr. Gary, house music, all night long holiday. On the upright bass, this guy's standing completely still, my little brother, Mr. Jeff Cahoon. In the middle, on the drums, from Big R Town, the legendary Buzz King. On this end, on trombone, Mr. Kevin Marshburn. And on the trumpet, Mr. Ellis Williams. On this end, folks, my personal flautist and tenor saxophonist and alto saxophonist and clarinetist, Mr. Brendan Musco. Here we go, folks. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Now here's my harvest song. Let me sing forevermore, because you are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. All right. Let me swing forevermore, because you are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Stray cat sitting on a fence. Ain't got no door to pay the rent here. I'm quite broke, but I don't care. I strut right by with my tail in the air. Stray cat strut, I'm a lady's cat. Oh, I feel like Casanova. Hey, man, that's that. Yeah, the shoes don't ever from a mean old man. I get my dinner from a garbage can. And I got cat style. Once again, folks, my little brother, Mr. Jeff Cahoon. Chasing mice around. Right now, sleep down the alley, looking for a fight. Out into the moonlight on the outside of the body, singing the blues while the lady cats cry. Wild sweet cat, you're a real bad guy. Wish I could ask everyone, well, I got cat class and I got cat style. Thank you so much. It's slow dance time, folks. The dance floor is wide open. Plenty of room right there. I'll meet you out for it. Someday, when I'm all alone, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. That's what I'm talking about. And the love that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. And the love that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Ooh, ooh, just the way you look tonight. Thank you very much, folks. And thank you so much, guys, out there on the dance floor. That was very touching. Lovely work there. We'd like to do a tune for you now. I'd like to welcome to the stage now the hardest working woman here in show business tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the trash bag lady, the lovely and talented Miss Chelsea Chan. She's going to turn that on in a minute, and then she'll say something.
There we go. How you guys doing this evening? Sorry about the delay there.
Did you see those guys dancing in the rain?
That was beautiful.
Wasn't that very
That
romantic?
was very sweet.
It reminded me of that time that I tried to ask you to dance in the rain with me. You remember what you said?
I said, no, I don't want to get wet.
That's exactly what you said. Anyhow, folks, this tune is one of my very favorites and one of Chelsea's as well. Here we go.
I've got an extra umbrella if y'all need it over there.
We don't have any pictures.
Or even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be me, might never be me, might never be corrupt or try to be bold, but they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, marvelous you. It had to be. All right, here we go. It had to be you. It had to be you. I just had to wait. We wandered around and finally found somebody for nobody else. Give me a thrill. With all your faults, Chelsea, I love you still. Aw, had to be you. Wonderful. It had to be just me. But you. It had to be you. Had to be you. It had to be you. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Chin.
Thank you very much. I was walking along, minding my business, out of the orange-colored sky. Flash, there, out to say, wonderful you by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine, when out of that orange-colored view, well, there, out to say, I gotta look at you. One look and I am timber. Watch out for fireflies. Heard the silver in the bottom, and I know what to do is good, and I started to shop and hit. This is it. I was walking along, minding my business, looking at me in the eye. Black, red, out to sell, orange-colored sky. Watch out for flying glass. Cups are still running in the bottom, and I know when to do is good, and I started to shop and hit. This is it. I was walking along, minding my business, looking at me in the eye. Black, red, out to sell, orange-colored, purple stripes, pretty pink polka dot sky. Black, red, out to sell. Thank you all so very much, and thank you for singing in the rain with us this evening. before I go in. Nothing's too good for my baby, sugar baby. Nothing's too good for my baby, 'cause baby's so good and kind to me. When he holds me in his arms, in his big and brawny arms, my happy heart goes right up to the sky. Makes me think of pretty things, why'd even buy the wedding rings? And if it was for him, I'd bake or pie.
'Cause nothing's too good for my baby.
For my baby,
My baby,
my baby,
sugar baby.
sugar baby.
Nothing's too good for my baby.
For my baby, 'cause baby's so good and kind to me.
Just for you, I learned to make a pie. That's right. Cause nothing's too good for my baby.
For my baby,
My baby.
my baby,
Whoa, baby.
oh baby.
Nothing's too good for my baby.
For my baby, 'cause baby's so good and kind to me.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah. La 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 la. La do 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 do. La la la. Oh yeah. La 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 la. All right. Hit just for you, I hit you in your eye. Yeah.
And just for you, I'd like to see you try.
Hit just for you, I learned to bake a pie. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Chin. I'd like to do for you now, folks, maybe my very, very favorite song. Is it an appropriate day for it as well? Bring me sunshine in your smile. Make me happy all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness, so much joy we can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Miss Chelsea Michelle Chin.
Bring me sunshine in your eyes. Bring me rainbows from the clear blue sky. Nice to soar to this space. Anything but fun. We can be so content. If together little sunbeams be
bring me,
never bring me
any tears.
any tears.
Let your arms be as warm as something up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. All right.
Never bring me any tears.
Let your arms be as warm as something up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.
Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.
Bring me fun.
Bring me sunshine, bring me love.
Thank you so much, folks. Folks, this is the part of the show where we like to get a little social, find out, what it is you like, what you do, who you used to be, and what you used to think. Are you guys having a good time so far? Get up here. Come on in out of the rain. Never know how much I love you, baby. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. I said fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Yeah. Up the daytime, baby, moonlights up the night. Honey, I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. I said fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Ooh, yeah, hey. Romeo loved Juliet, baby Juliet, she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, now Julie, baby, you're my flame, now give us fever. With our kisses, you won't hold me tight. I said fever. Daddy, won't you treat him right? Hey! All right. transition's always so good. Captain Smith and Pocahontas, baby, had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, oh daddy, oh don't you dare, he gives me fever. With his kisses, people when he holds me tight, I said fever, I'm his missus, daddy won't you treat him right. Everybody's got the fever, that is something you all know, yeah. Fever is such a new thing, people started long ago, if you think fever. When you kiss me, people when you hold me tight, I said fever, in the morning, fever all through the night, yeah. Hey! Ooh, listen to my story, baby, it's the point that I am making. Cats with fun to give chicks fever. Being very hot in the centigrade, we get ya fever. When we kiss you, fever in your living room. I said fever, till you says, what lovely way to burn. 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 Oh yeah. Thank you very much, folks. I'd like to feature on this next tune my good friend Mr. Gary House Music All Night Long Halliday on concert piano. Now that the dance floor is bone dry, I'll expect to see it full. So. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. The sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. A fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Possum in a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new time, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, don't mind. You know I feel all freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. A new life for me, and I'm feeling
You know, we were thinking about that too. You think it might be time to take the covers off these speakers? All right, let's be careful. Let's get this done here.
This is who I always hang out with. That's Kelly Cruz, and she just always dresses up. Yeah, I love that. And then she goes around and gets pictures of cars. And so every year I get a picture of her. That's my favorite.
All right, that's one. There we go. That's pretty close. Yeah. Yeah, about there.
Bye, Ben. See ya.
All right, who's ready to mambo? Look at him sway with it, it's okay with it, shine go play with it. Wow. Papa loves mambo, Mama loves mambo. Papa does great with it, sweets like a cake with it, he used to sway with it. Now he goes to, she goes from, he goes fast, she goes slow. He goes left, she goes right. Papa's looking for Mama, but Mama is nowhere in sight. Papa loves mambo, Mama loves mambo. Younger than spring again, having that fling again, feeling that zing again. Wow. Papa loves mambo. The samba, cause Papa loves mambo too. Ooh, he goes to, she goes from, he goes fast, she goes slow. He goes left, she goes right. Papa's looking for Mama, but Mama is nowhere in sight. Papa loves mambo, Mama loves mambo. Younger than spring again, having that fling again, feeling that sing again. Wow. Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Don't play the rumba and don't play the
here's one we can all sing along to. Trailers for sale, the rent, rooms to let, 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, all but 2 hours of pushing broom. If I was 8 or 12 on that broom, mama, man, it means by no means king of the road. A third boxcar, midnight train, destination bang bang. Old worn out suit and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. Short but not too good around. I'm a man that means by no means king of the road. I know every instrument on every train, all of the show and all of the names, in every hand out in every town, in every lock that ain't locked, but no one's around. I sing trailers for sale, the rent, rooms to let, 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, all but 2 hours of pushing broom. If I was 8 or 12 on the road, mama, man means by no means king of the road, king of the road, king of the road, hey, king of the road. Shot with a Jeep, but he ain't in the army. Gets some cigarette money from his mommy. Dressed like a rootin' tootin' Texas cowboy, but this Lone Ranger's never seen a horse. Wanna be Americano, Americano, Americano. One shot got black. Now she's in show, smoking candles, whiskey and soda. Now it's never going back. He's cruising streets of gold, dressed in designer clothes. Butler of Yeltsin soul. You better not like me, wanna pick the drink, wanna be Americano, Americano, Americano. Gotta buy the ring, 'cause that's his baby's favorite thing. Okay, alright, yeah. Man, wanna be American, wanna be American. He's in a land where anything can happen.
Oh, the shines such deep depth, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Mackie big, and he keeps it way out of sight. You know when that shark bites with its teeth, babe, scarlet billows are beginning to spread. Fancy gloves though, with our Mackie, babe, so there's never a trace of red on the sidewalk. Sunday morning, lies a body just oozing life. Someone sneaking around the corner. Is that someone? I'm at the night. The tugboat, down by the river, don't you know? With all the seamen back, just a drooping on down. Well, that seaman is there, he's there all the way there. I'll Papa get your tin, old Maggie's back in town. He disappeared after drawing out all his hard-earned cash, and now Mac he spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done something rash? Tonight, super tawdry, it's not the gun, and don't lose your oh, and our life was all right, babe. And that Maggie's are back in town. Super tawdry, look at me, it's a lovely girl, and don't lose it now. Oh, and our life was all right, babe. Now that Maggie's back in town. God, old Mackie is back. Thank you so much. Of this thing called love, will I just get into this thing called love? Will I bust get around to it? I ain't ready for this crazy little thing called love. This thing called love, well it cries in the cradle night swings, and it jives, shakes all over like a jellyfish, and I don't like it. This crazy little thing called love. Well, there goes my baby. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy. She gives me hardcore fever and she leaves me in a cuckoo swoon. I gotta be cool, I relax, I get hip, I get on my tracks, take a backseat, it's alright. Take a long ride on my motorbike until I'm ready. This great little thing called alright. I gotta be cool, I relax, I get hip, I get on my track.
Thank you. We're just having a little conference here, folks. What do you guys think? I thought we should do one more slow one just because, you know, it's finally a little dry. You guys haven't been on the dance floor all night, so I thought I'd throw something slow and straight right down the middle. All you gotta do is swing, fellas, and you're a hero. Right over the fence. Here we go. And it's a country song. You give your hand to me.
And we did there
Then
down there.
you say hello. And I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so. And anyone
Take
can
my raincoat, my
tell.
hat off.
You think you know me well, but you don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you at night and longs to kiss your lips and longs to hold you tight. To you, I'm just a friend. That's all I've ever been, 'cause you don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love. Let my chance go by, the chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside that lucky guy. Oh, you will never know the one loves you so. Well, you don't know me. All right. Making love, though my heart aches with a love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, a chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, then you say goodbye. I want to walk away beside that lucky guy. Oh, you will never know the one who loved you so. Well, you don't know me. Ooh. Well, you don't know me. Thanks very much, you guys. We'd like to send you guys out of here now on this this beautiful Saturday evening. In true Good Shot Judy fashion. But first I'd like to thank Cantor Smith, Laura Kraft, and Mayor Jeff, especially for having us out here in the town of Wise. You guys We've had the best time with you guys all evening long, so please let us know if you'd like us to come back and you could plan for better weather. We'd love to be here. So, anyhow, here we go. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sonora, work it all the time. My girl's name is Sonora, he ain't there, friends they are do. When she dances to the brother, she's a rocket and I'm down to with her. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line. Rock your body on time. All right. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sonora, work it all the time. You can talk about cha-cha and take a walk on the rumba. Sonora dance at the battle. You jump the sound, don't do the right. You jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Rock your body, child. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Somebody help me. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. All right. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora. Work it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora. Work it all the time. Sonora, she's a sensation. For aviation, fellas, you got to watch it. When she run up, she bun up, she go like a rocket. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Rock your body, child, and jump in the line, rock your body on time. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. All right, here we go. Shake it all the time. Dance, 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 Sonora. Shake your body line, that's right. Dance, 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 Sonora. Shake it all the time. Sonora dances calypso, left and right is a tempo. When she gets the sensation, she go up in the air, come down, and so she jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Oh, so skirts a little high. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Oh, Judy, jump in the line, rock your body on time. All right. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora. Thank you so much, you guys. Once again, thanks so much for having us. We'll see you guys next time.
I worked the crowd there a minute ago and asked everybody what they thought about it. Everybody enjoyed it. I even had one comment said they're good enough to play for the president. So the next time I talk to Donald Trump, I'll let him know. Let's do one more. Give him a big hand. One more song.
All right, you guys are going to know exactly what to do on this one. Here we go. Hey! Something like that. There you go. Just like that. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Hey! New York, I wanna wake up in a city that never sleeps and find I'm number one, top of the list, king of the hill, and number one. These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York. Oh, you guys have done this before. Nice work out there, guys. Thank you once again for having us. We'll see you next time. And also, please visit goodshotjudy.com to find out where we'll be next.